Hey guys, it's Nicole and I'm back, and I just want to show you my letter Q shelf work activities for my 3-year-old this week. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, so jumping right in, we have the letter Q at the top that he likes to color and do things with. I just wrote it on there, freestyled it. As usual, we have his daily learning notebook at the top here, the blue notebook. Then I have some puzzles from last time. I will link in the description box that those are spelling puzzles, 3-letter word puzzles with pictures that he's been putting together. This is his fine motor skills, life skills, button zippering, lacing, velcroing little activity felt book that I got from Target a while back. These are number cards from 1 to 20 that we go over every day just to solidify identification of each number. It's really just review, and he likes them because they're Thomas the Tank Engine, so it's him just repeating and identifying his numbers. Then we have a coin sort here that inside there are coins, and what he'll do is we've been learning about pennies, nickels, quarters, and dimes, and we've been sorting them by the amount in each slot. So he's been doing that, and then also he's been showing interest in time and learning time. So I take this clock out and go over it with his 4-year-old brother, and he kind of just plays along with us, and he's getting the concept of the hour and half past the hour with that. So now let's jump into the individual activities. So in this activity, this is a Clover and it's 2-sided. So I have, I just took numbers, 1, 2s, 3s. I just put that here, numbers and letters. And on each of these, I have these coins. And in these coins, on these coins, you will find that they have the little sale sticker dots that you get from the Dollar Tree. That I put the letters, the uppercase letters on these, and I put the numbers on here. And then for this one, he will just match the uppercase to the lowercase numbers with matching the coins to the circles on the Clover on this side. And then he'll flip over and just match the number to number on this side, 1 through 20. So he'll be coloring this letter Q book, and he has his crayons, and this is a cute little book that I assembled. Again, all of the activities and most of the ideas that I got for these activities are going to be found on 2 Pinterest boards that I'll link below, either my letter Q Pinterest boards or my St. Patrick's Day activity Pinterest board. So if you're interested in finding these printables, they are all free, and all the sources are listed on that Pinterest board as well. On this tray, just like last week, I had the letter P Tangram puzzle. Here I have the letter Q Tangram puzzle. This can be found on Confessions of a Homeschooler's blog, and it's another free resource that she has. So pretty much he's just going to match up these wooden shapes pieces and create the uppercase and lowercase Q. On this tray, we're doing uppercase and lowercase Q is for quilt. All I simply did was cut up a few pieces of colorful cardstock that I had on hand, and then he has his glue stick, and what he'll do is he'll just cover the uppercase Q as if he's making a quilt with a variety of different patterns and textures of these pieces of cardstock. Some of them have raised patterns on them, some of them are flat, but he'll make a little Q that looks like a quilt one day, and then another day he'll do the lowercase Q is for quilt, and I'll even have him kind of trace over Q is for quilt as well. I saw this activity on Pinterest. It was actually a printable, but I believe I had to pay for it, so I decided to recreate it on my own. So pretty much I just took pieces of white cardstock and used some Crayola markers, and I made little patterns on here. So pretty much he's going to replicate these patterns with his colorful popsicle stick. So this is just a logic activity for him. So pretty much it's simply just him recreating what he sees. So this is the first one, and it's simply just blue, blue, yellow, yellow, and red at the end. Like that. And it goes, I did 6 of them for now, and they get even more complex. This one has a little purple one going down. This one has the yellow going across. all until it's just a variety of kind. And I thought this would be a really cute and easy way to recreate an activity that you see on Pinterest that might cost money on teachers, pay teachers, or that you don't have the colored ink to print it. Just go ahead and get creative and recreate it yourself with items that you have on hand. So this is a little logic activity with his popsicle stick mat. Here's an activity that I'm sure you've seen around. They're really easy to recreate. Just print off some numbers. You can probably find these anywhere online. Just look for pipe cleaner number activities or Chanel wire number activities, and what he's going to do is pretty much just put these pony beads, string the appropriate amount of pony beads on each one of these little Chanel wire things. So what I did is I cut out the numbers. I laminated them, cut them out. Some of them I stapled them to the Chanel wires, and I just reinforced it with a little bit of tape on the back so he wouldn't get his fingers hurt. And eventually I just started using the tape, and the tape works just fine depending on the brand that you use. And what he's going to do is just string the appropriate amount of pony beads on here. So it's a great fine motor skills activities as well as counting activities. Right now I have 1 through 15 to see if he gets through this. This could be a very tedious activity, especially if you have a kid that's just not really into sitting still very long. So I'll see how this goes, but he will be counting and stringing the pony beads on here, and then next week I will go from numbers 15 to 25, or just do about 5 at a time. But definitely this is something, again, is kind of tedious for even little boys. They won't sit there and string a whole bunch of beads on, on wires, but just for him to get that one-to-one correspondence and that fine motor skills for counting as well. And again, this will be a staple that stays on our shelf now that he's interested in doing workbooks, because he sees his brothers doing sheets and activities and he wants to do that too. So I have this Q My Numbers workbook 1 through 30 for ages 3, 4, and 5, and a little jumbo pencil for him to really go in. And he's been having a really good time with this. He loves this book. I guess it just makes him feel like he's a big boy, that he can do activities like his brothers are doing. And pretty much he's just doing right now focusing on, I think we're on numbers 1 through 15, and writing his numbers and doing little dot-to-dot drawings and things like that. So this is his big boy activity tray with his workbook. This activity is Q is for Quail, can also be found on my letter Q Pinterest board. Pretty much it's out of cupcake liners, and you will see the image that they have is far cuter than mine because they had silver and black cupcake liners, but I used what I had. I just have these green polka dot ones. So pretty much he's going to create a quail. This will be his head, and this is his little beak that he'll glue on, and the little, I don't know what you call that, that's on the top of a quail's head. He'll put his eyes on there, and here's his body and his tail and the legs. So he will glue everything down and create a little quail out of the cupcake liners. This activity, I actually have it on the bottom of the work shelf. It's not really for him, it's actually for his 4-year-old brother, but I figure that he can play along with him if I help them out with this. So pretty much these are ending word pairs, common word endings that we usually use in the English language. So at, sh, ot, k, and ood. And pretty much here I have rhyming words, and I found this again on Pinterest. I recreated this off an idea I got from Pinterest. This will be found on my St. Patrick's Day activities board if you follow me there. So here we have dish and wish. So pretty much what they will do is I will read out that this is dish and this is wish, okay? Dish and wish rhyme. So where do dish and wish go? And obviously it'll go in the SH section, and the sh, SH makes the sh sound. So they're gonna put these two here. Okay, so that's one way you can do it, because I have pairs of words. Another way you can do it is you can scramble them all up, and then they can do them that way, or I can sit down and kind of do like a memory match game where I have them all flat, and then we just flip them over and we find the two that have the same ending, and then we put them in there. So there's a variety of ways to do this. This is my spin on it. When you see the activity on the Pinterest board, you saw that I kind of did it totally different. Theirs was a seek and find, that she hid all the clovers all around the house and they found the matching pairs that were rhyming words. But this is a little bit different, where I use a section tray and focus on the ending sounds. So pretty much this is really for my 4-year-old, but I'm just getting my 3-year-old involved in it, and they can work on it together. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my letter Q. Q is for quilt, Q is for quail, and my St. Patrick's Day themed learning activity shelf for my 3-year-old this week. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments box below. I will link in the description box the links to my 2 Pinterest boards that I used to get a lot of these activities this week, my St. Patrick's Day board and my letter Q board. Okay guys, I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye bye.